So if you're microdosing a GLP-1, there's a weight loss tool that can tell you when you're going to get side effects, when you're going to plateau. It tells you how to break plateaus, and it helps you avoid weight rebounds, all while taking only a few seconds to use. And that tool is a weight tracking app. Now, you technically don't have to use one, like how you technically don't have to microdose a GLP-1 to lose weight. But if you want to make the fat loss process easier, then using an app will help you do that and help you get the results you want. So in this video, I'm going to show you how apps do all these great things and how I use it. Then at the end, I'll give you a list of apps and talk about the one I personally use to lose weight. I'm Nico, nutrition coach microdosing tirzepatide to help control my binge eating and to lose some vanity weight. So weight tracking apps do these 5 things. They track our progress and give us motivation. They tell us when plateaus are coming. They tell us how to break and prevent them. They prepare us for side effects, and they help us avoid rebounds or weight regain when we reduce our GLP-1. Let's start with the first one. The obvious thing that apps do is track our weight loss progress. If we know we're losing weight and the scale number goes down, then that's great because we can keep doing what we're doing. And if we're not making progress, we can at least know and make adjustments. But besides telling us how much weight we're losing, they also tell us if we're progressing in the right direction. And it does this through graphs or trend lines. This is a form of visual progress for when the numbers alone don't do it for us and we need more motivation. For example, you can see the scale number go down over time, but seeing a number doesn't always translate well into the real world, as in how you physically look. Like, I didn't notice any visual changes in how I looked until I lost about 12 pounds. And this can be discouraging for a lot of people when they don't see any visual progress. Now, what kept me motivated was this trend line, because when I couldn't see the progress on my body and when just comparing scale numbers wasn't enough, this trend line was there to tell me that I'm losing weight. And then I continued to lose. Motivation by itself isn't enough to lose weight, but every little bit helps. And I want as much of it as I can for when things eventually get tough and I have to grind through the weight loss for months. So having an app helps with this. Also, a side thing about trend lines, and it might be a me thing, but it sort of tells a story of our weight loss journey, and sometimes it's fun to look back on. Like here, this was like the easiest weight loss I've ever experienced in my life, and then here was a vacation, and then things were starting to get hard, and I was starting to slow down my weight loss, so then I took a break. I think this was around the holidays, and then my weight loss dropped, and then I continued to lose, and I'm still grinding through it. But anyways, moving on. How do apps prevent plateaus? Plateaus mean weight loss has stopped before we hit our goal weight. One of the biggest problems while losing weight is dealing with plateaus, because it doesn't just mean I'm not hitting my goal weight, but it also means I'm wasting time and money since I'm spending it on a GLP-1. People, GLP-1 users or not, can spend months in a plateau just for the sole reason of not tracking their weight. They just assume they're losing weight, but they don't actually know for sure. I want to know if I'm losing weight because assumptions won't help me achieve my goals. To me, one of the best things about using apps is that they tell me when I'm going to plateau. The other good thing about them is that they also tell me how to avoid weight rebounds, but I'll touch on that later. So I see preventing plateaus as 2 parts. 1, recognizing when weight loss is slowing down, and 2, speeding it up. Apps help us with part 1. Like here in this picture, the app tells me how much I'm losing per week. I like to lose between 0.5% to 1% of my current body weight per week. And this number is good in my case. Now let's assume next week this number lowers to 0.5 pounds. And then the week after it lowers again to 0.3 pounds. That means if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to plateau. But because I recognize my weight loss is slowing down, I can speed it up and prevent it. And this brings us to the next point on how apps help us break and prevent plateaus. So how do apps tell us how to break and prevent plateaus? They tell us by keeping track of how much food we're eating. Knowing how much food and calories we're eating lets us know how much we need to reduce it by to continue to lose weight. Reducing food is one of the main ways I like to break and prevent plateaus, and it's how I haven't plateaued in the 7 months so far I've been losing weight. So when weight loss slows down, I usually just speed it up by eating less. Usually, not always. Pretty much every weight tracking app has a way to track how much food you're eating, typically in the form of tracking calories. I don't count calories anymore, but I do track my food in a food journal just in my phone on the Notes app. If you count calories or want to, then apps are an easy way to do it. Now, when I reduce my food, sometimes hunger becomes an issue, and when that happens, I consider increasing my dose. The problem is increasing it too much gives me more side effects, but the good news is that apps can help me find my limit and my perfect dose. So GLP-1 related weight tracking apps are pretty useful for when you're trying to find the right dose, either when you're starting a GLP-1 or when you're making adjustments. The app tells me my estimated dose in my system, which tells me how I respond to a specific amount. So for example, let's say I feel a lot of nausea. So then I look at my app and it will give me an estimation on how much GLP-1 is currently in my body. And once I know that estimated amount, I can expect nausea to come whenever I'm at that specific amount. There was one time where I took my shot a day earlier and I got a ton of bloat and I could barely eat. My estimated dose was like 1.3 milligrams, I think at its peak. At my current dose of 0.75 milligrams tirzepatide, my peaks in my body are about 1.25 milligrams, like in this picture. And so because of the fact that I track my dose, I know my limits, and if I don't go over my limits, then I can avoid side effects. If I didn't have this information, then it would be hard for me to know how much I can tolerate. There are more GLP-1 related features like injection sites, side effect ratings, and other stuff. But I personally only use the estimated dose feature, but the other ones might be useful for you. Now, dose tracking doesn't just apply to weight loss. It's also going to help me find my maintenance dose when I reduce my GLP-1 after I hit my goal weight. Because after I lose the weight, I'm going to slowly reduce my dose, and knowing how much GLP-1 I need to take to manage my hunger is going to be especially important for preventing rebounds. And preventing rebounds is the next thing weight tracking apps will help us do. Regaining the weight or rebounds is a big topic in the GLP-1 space, but honestly, it's a topic in the weight loss space in general. From my experience, I've seen it more in the spotlight when GLP-1s are involved. Like when I actually think about it, in the over 10 years I've been into fitness and weight loss, rebounds are rarely talked about as much as I think it should. I mean, there's a lot of people I personally know who've lost weight without a GLP-1 that regain the weight back over time. But anyways, that's a side tangent. Let's talk about how rebounds happen. It happens in two ways, either fast or slow. So when rebounds happen fast, it's typically over a few weeks to a few months. To give an example, I rebounded pretty hard right before I started microdosing. Long story short, last summer I spent 2 months to lose 8 pounds, then stopped the diet without a proper maintenance plan in place. Hunger was really high and I went on vacation and I gained 10 pounds in 3 weeks, all thanks to my poor planning and binge eating. And this is what kickstarted my GLP-1 journey. Originally for binge eating, not fat loss, but now for binge eating and fat loss. I'm an example of a fast rebound. Slow rebounds are how most people regain the weight, and it's tricky because it's hard to notice. The reason why it's hard to notice is because it takes a long time, as in months to years. Like when people hit their goal weight, they think that eating that extra cookie or getting the large French fries doesn't do anything. And maybe in the short term, it doesn't matter, but in the long term, those extra calories do add up. Then you fast forward to a year and people are back at their old heavier weights. This is a slow rebound. The good news is that with the help of weight tracking apps and probably a low dose of GLP-1s, maintaining your weight after you lose it is much easier. So how do apps prevent rebounds? If apps can tell us if we're losing weight, it can also tell us when we're gaining it. And to see if we're rebounding, it's actually similar to see if we're going to plateau. I'm going to use trend lines for my example, but looking at your weekly average weight also helps to know if we're rebounding. So when losing weight, we want to make sure our weight loss keeps going down and it doesn't flatline. When it goes flat, that's a plateau. When we're maintaining weight, we actually want to flatline and don't want it to go up over time. Because if it does, that means we're rebounding. If we track our weight with an app, then we know if we're going to rebound, and we prevent it by simply doing the things you do to lose weight, just for a much shorter period of time. Now, before I go over some apps, I want to briefly talk about habits. A lot of people like to say that you should build habits while on a GLP-1 to maintain your weight loss when you reduce your meds. I actually think a lot of habits can't be built while taking a GLP-1, but there's a few that can be, and tracking our weight and food would be 2 of them. And to me, these are probably one of the few habits that actually matter and is easy to do while losing weight. All right, so what apps are out there? Shotzi is the app I use. All the graphs and numbers come from here. There might be better options depending on what you're looking for, but all I care about really is the weight tracking, the visual graph or trend line, and the dose tracking. I mentioned earlier there are other GLP-1 features, but they aren't relevant to me, but they might be to you. MacroFactor is the other app I used to use before I was on a GLP-1. It's really good if you count calories and macros, and it has a cool algorithm that calculates water weight fluctuations. It's also great if you're into having lots of data and even more graphs and charts. Warning though, I stopped using this app because it was too good at giving me data and I got scale anxiety from it, but that's a me problem. There isn't a GLP-1 feature on it, but if you don't care about that, then that's great. I know I talked a lot about GLP-1s, but GLP-1 features aren't necessary to have on an app. Someone I know who is microdosing uses a regular weight tracking app, and she's been doing fine. She's also one of the lucky ones that doesn't get any side effects, so GLP-1 features aren't useful to her, compared to someone like me who's sensitive to the meds and wants to know how much my current dose is affecting me. FitnessPal and Chronometer are free options. I haven't really used either. I just know MyFitnessPal is really popular. Again, any weight tracking app can work. I just want to make sure it can calculate my rate of loss per week and give me a trend line at the very least. The calories or food tracking and dose tracking is up to the person. Anyways, that's the video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.